katong
UST,
building,
itong na
yes.
UST, this one.
Kana.
Weird
Yeah.
but good. The other one, mura kog na I had headdress or something.
Kana, if imo siya ibutang sa side,
Ayaw
dress na gid siya nimo.
maulaw sa...
So, hello everyone. My name is Audrey and we are down to our last few schools. So, I am asking some of my colleagues and friends to again answer some of the questions to help aspiring physical therapy students. So, let's welcome my friend Nikki Gao from University of Santo Tomas. Hello. So, would you like to introduce yourself?
I didn't really know what PT was before I entered. Like, honestly, I didn't know what PT was before I entered
Truth.
college. Like, my aunt just gave me a list of all the good pre-med courses. And then I was just like, what do you call that? The checklist lang of what I want and what I didn't want to do. And then I ended up with PT. And then PT was something that was new to me. So I chose that in my application, that into PT.
Yeah.
I just found out that it was a 5-year course pala. But yeah.
Kasama sa trap card.
I ended up going to PT. Yeah, nasama sa trap card. And the thing is, my second choice in UST was OT. So,
I
it's a 5-year course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was choosing between UST or Ateneo because I got into health science also in Ateneo. But my aunt said na PT was a really good pre-med course. So I ended up in UST. Yeah.
Okay. So, Nikki, what are the three
Funny,
things that, it's funny, but I like it kay trap card, pero, you landed in the best course. Charot! Best buy!
I really liked it, betaw.
Yeah, it's actually fun. Like, it keeps you creative ba? Your creative vents are always working kasi. Yeah, that's one of the things that I really like about
super
physical therapy. Okay, so what are the three things that excite you about being a physical therapist? Why do you love what you're doing?
I think I'll tie it up with what you mentioned about you being forced to be creative. I like how parang you're being forced to create different types of treatment, especially when it comes to different settings. Like you have pedia, you have sports, you have cardiac rehab, you have physical rehab. So you try to, make your own program when it comes to these things, and then you keep learning also when it comes to that. That's why we also have a lot of seminars because we want to keep growing. Kay like man ang before man good, like before you enter PT, everyone will think and say na, ay, PT masahista. That's the common notion about it. But as you enter and then you experience and get to know PT, shucks, it's so beautiful. Especially when I entered, like my favorite honestly was cardiac rehabilitation.
Oh wow.
I really fell in love with cardiac rehab. Because it's something different. Like diba, we're used to the setting na when a patient goes to rehab, we're given doctor's orders.
Yes.
And then we have to follow the orders. I like that in cardiac rehab.
So you like the progression.
Interns, we got to do rounds with the doctor. As
Wow.
intern, we got to do rounds with the doctor, and then the doctor would ask us, "Oh, Nick, what were you able to do yesterday? Were you able to do the exercises I prescribed?" And then I'd say, "No, or doc, I progressed the exercises, but because I think that the patient can do better," something like that. Or doc, I wasn't able to do it because the patient was weak today, or something happened, like that. I like how open it is for you to vary. Of course, with all the precautions in mind, kana lang. That's why I really liked it. And one thing also I like about rehab is when the patients say thank you.
Yes, very
it's
true.
not a big thing. Sometimes, Jude, like you get patients that they cry just because you took the pain away from their ad caps, or like they can move their shoulders already. And then one time pa, like my favorite Jude, the moment was a patient's first day of outpatient. She was so scared, guy. Diba they're always scared of their wound that it might reopen.
Yes.
The wound, such as external wound.
Yeah.
Parang they have to. There's a part in the outpatient exercise program that they have to learn to sit on the floor. So, most of the time, like sitting
stabilization,
on the
yeah.
floor, Indian sit, it's okay. Kay group
Yeah.
exercise man.
Yeah.
So, there's no problem with sitting. Pero ang standing up, ang scary for them.
Yeah.
And then that patient, like, looked me in the eyes with so much, sabi niya, I can't do it. I really can't. I think it's my wound is gonna open. And like, instead of it just being me encouraging the patients, it was everyone. All the other patients na mas dugay na jud ka rehab, they were like, no, kaya mo yan, you can do it, ganyan. And then they were instructing her also na parang, oh, it won't open, this is what I did before, ing ana. So, like, it's a group thing trying to encourage. And then eventually, as the weeks went by, siya na jud ang encourage newcomers.
Other people?
Like, she was the one telling them not to be scared, trying to encourage na, hey, you can do it. I was scared also before, so that's not gonna open.
Oh no!
Things like that, John. Like, it's really nice.
Oh no!
Favorite nako na moment.
Oh. Wala, tutulo na ang luha ko. Shit.
Like,
I don't know.
always
Sa things like
super,
that,
like, teary every time.
Pwede ko matiring ay ko. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Every time I remember moments like that, I get very teary.
Yeah, me too. When you said that, you were, it's so heartwarming.
I really get like teary-eyed every time I tell people that side of rehab.
Yeah. Okay, so about that, if you would pick another field, would you still want to become a physical therapist ba or not?
Yeah. Yes, I would. I really would. I like the fact that they mix it with patient interaction, and then mix it also with you being able to develop your clinical thinking, critical thinking, and so I like the mix of that.
Okay.
So even before we started med school pa, we already have that patient interaction.
Yeah, I guess that's one advantage, because once you're already talking to a patient or like simulated patient na pang practicals ba, like OSCE based na mga practical exams during med school, you're not that scared anymore because you already know how to interact with the patient.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you think the colleges fail to inspire students to go into physical therapy school?
I think there's not much hype when it comes to physical therapy school, because, or like maybe if there were, it's more of like parang they're gonna be given a chance to go abroad and all that, and it's just sad because PT is a really good course, and I think we're all like very bound to the stigma na ay pag PT masahi, and it's just sad that it's like that, because that's why every time Jud na I talk about physical therapy, I always say na all the stuff that we can do now, we can help patients who have had stroke walk again. We can have like patients na post-cabbage, post-bypass, they can like go back to their normal activity, something like that. Kay what they have in their minds lang is like, okay, masahista ing ana. So I think it would be better siguro for mindset. And I think our alumni, whether it be from Veles, from UST, UERM, etc., I think the schools are slowly trying to address that. I think they just need more lang kana. Pero I think slowly naman they're trying to encourage and address that.
Can you tell us a brief background of the course itself in UST? Like, did you take an entrance exam before
enrolling? So in UST, diba, it's 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did. We had the OSTET. So it was more of a university-wide examination, the OSTET entrance exam. Kana. And then from there, you were asked to rank kung unsa imong first choice, the third choice of courses. And then when they give you your acceptance letter, you will be given the list of courses that you passed. So for me, I had PT and then OT. I forgot my third choice. But I was kind of thinking if I should switch to OT. But then, there was gonna be another interview daw if I switched to OT. So I ended up in PT na nga lang.
Yeah.
Really PT.
Yeah.
It's like that in UST. And then, it's 5 years of suffering. Joke. It's 5 years of hard work. A typical day is usually us like sometimes we have a schedule of a full day of lectures. We also have days like 2 to 3 times a week where it is cut into half, like a half day of lectures and also a half day of laboratory work. So for skills lab, na. So that's what we usually do. So we have different uniforms for that, depending on what schedule we have for that day.
Oh, okay. So do you also have school organizations and extracurricular activities? Of course, UST. Because it's UST, so I'm
yeah, like as a big university, there's really a lot of organizations. Even in our college itself, we have a lot of organizations like Red Cross. We also had PT Society. We also had like a Philchai organization there. We had a lot, kana. Pero that time I chose to focus lang sad on academics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Para pasok man.
Kaayo.
Yes. So, would you like to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of the school as to, for example, like the tuition lang, the location, like in cases if somebody from Cebu wants to enroll in UST, or about the curriculum?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So UST is located at España, Manila, and the tuition is around 50 or 60,000 a sem.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50 to 60,000 a sem, and then you have like 30 plus units.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really bombarded with a lot in your schedule. Yeah. But yeah, pero block section, UST is based on block section, so you really get to spend a lot of time with your classmates, so it's already set per school year. It's really nice, betaw. I think the only disadvantage, like the main disadvantage, is the flood.
Yeah.
Before, while it was during a storm, and then it was flooding even inside the hospital.
Oh, okay.
But I think they tried to address that, but wala kay sinkhole man good ang set up sa, or like ang streets sa UST area. So it's really bound to get flooded. But besides that, it's nice because it's a really big university. So you get to meet a lot of people. We stay in one building with medicine and also with nursing.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So it's really nice to get surrounded with different like courses around you and everything. And we also have, it's nice because in UST, we also have college week. So you're not just bombarded with school and studies. You also have things extracurriculars like that. They give you a chance to relax. So it's really a week of not really being forced to suffer. Yeah, pero it's really hard bitaw in UST. I think it's also the same with the other colleges. Kay our population isn't the same as the population as other courses man good. It's relatively small compared to others. So when it's really when the number of students get decreased, you really can see the difference from the start until the end. Pero I love Jude how nurturing the faculty is. They really take care of you there. And you wouldn't really expect that from a big university.
Yes, go Usta! Go Usta! Oh, I miss UAAP anyway. What are the rotations during your internship?
Oh, okay.
And the types of rehab
for
settings?
Rotations, so I listed it down. I might forget. But yeah, we had cardiac rehab, so that's in the Philippine Heart Center. So we had 2 rotations actually for the Philippine Heart Center. One is for cardiac rehab. One is for physical rehab. So I was very lucky to have been given the opportunity to rotate in both. So I even had a patient who was a patient in physical rehab, and then
both
right after he'd go straight to cardiac rehab. So I met him there also. Yeah, both kana. So PHC, we also had Lung Center of the Philippines, but I wasn't able to rotate there. Mm-hmm. And then we also had Quality Life Discoveries, which is more for pedia rehab.
Mm-hmm.
Kana. Sorry, I wasn't able to mention, but the Lung Center of the Philippines aims for more of pulmonary rehab.
Mm-hmm.
Pulmonary rehab and physical rehab. We also had centers like Apolinario Mabini Rehab Center, which is UST's own rehab center. It's in UST Hospital. And we also had the Los Santos Medical Center for sports and physical rehab. Daghan jud kaayo. We also had Philippine Cerebral Palsy Institute.
Oh my God, I heard that's
It's in Makati.
hard,
But I wasn't
yeah.
able to rotate there also.
That rotation is hard.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
hard. If you ask
I
Michaela,
heard.
Michaela was
Yeah.
able to rotate there. Grabe jud, like that's a hard rotation. We had a rotation man good na CBR
Mm-hmm.
in Bataan. So we had group mates assigned to PCPI, Philippine Cerebral Palsy Institute.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 months after that rotation, we told them, okay, sige, go. You can go to the CBR rotation. We won't fight over that. Na you can have it so that you can relax. Kahit basically man go to CBR setting, technically you're on your own. So you live together and everything. So more chill-ish ba na rotation. We'll go to a different center. Because it's really difficult. They have quizzes jud every week or I don't know.
Every week.
Basta lisod daw kaayo ang cases for that. Yeah, laban rin jud.
I can't say anything more. Laban lang.
The past year, they started with PGH.
Oh, nice.
Wala na jud sa among year. Pero
your rehab center is also good kasi I've heard or I have read ba na one of your doctors come from Moss Rehab. So she is a US trained physiatrist, I think. I forgot her name lang. Yeah.
I don't know.
I heard and I read, but I forgot her name. My God, I'm so bad. Pero I forgot her name lang.
But the doctors in the UST Rehab are mostly our professors also. And they're really, really good.
So does the school have any offshore or international connections where you can shadow a PT outside the Philippines?
Yeah. We do. We have ones in Thailand, Japan, Canada. I think US also, and then I think Malaysia or Indonesia. Yeah, a lot of our friends were able to go on the trip. It's actually a month-long internship. But instead of you rotating in a hospital or a center for a month, they stay there for a month and try to observe, meet the students there in Ana, and at the same time, they also send students here to us. So we've had students, exchange. We've had students from Niigata University in Japan.
Oh wow, okay.
It's fun.
Jealous much, charot. Since you're already in medical school, what do you think were the most useful subjects?
Anatomy, for sure.
Period.
Yeah, anatomy and actually neuroanatomy. Neuroanatomy in UST was, I'm not sure how with other schools, but neuroanatomy in our school was very, very, very hard. So it helped me somehow in CIM. I was gonna say CRS. Yeah, it helped us somehow when it came to medicine already. Yeah. So I think both neuroanatomy and anatomy and a tiny sprinkle of physio. Okay, we had good physio mansad in pre-med.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very true.
But
I think we're already using Gaiton. We're already using Gaiton, I think, during college mansad, yeah. So what are the other career opportunities or academic tracks if students will not proceed to medical school?
I think different tracks include teaching. So a lot of my friends ended up also in the education track of PT. A lot of them also pursue their DPTs, doctorate in physical therapy, and a lot also pursued careers abroad. But eventually, diba, if you go abroad, you'd have to get your DPT SAT.
Yeah, DPT. I think.
And a lot of them, like they pursued, a lot of them pursued like masterals. Kaya in UST man good, you can't teach if you don't have a masterals. So a lot of them got their masterals. That's why amazing jud kaayo among profs. They're all so smart and then very research driven.
Research oriented. Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, very research oriented. Like all our professors in UST, even like our deans, they just keep pursuing continuous in education. It's really nice. And then a lot of my batchmates said they pursued careers in sports rehab. So they handled like sports teams, basketball, volleyball, etc. and the like. It's really nice.
Okay. So what type of advice would you want to give to aspiring physical therapy students?
Make sure that you really want it, or it's really something that you want, because nothing really comes easy. And everything in all aspects in life, bitaw, parang nothing will come easy unless you really make the effort to pursue it. So whether you were forced into it or what, just keep on striving, because what at the end of the day, PT is a really really fruitful job. Even like for someone like me, na I don't even know what PT was before I started, and then at the end I ended up loving it. Kaya I think, Jod, na if you really try to open your eyes, take every opportunity to learn, you really learn to love it. Just keep learning, just keep trying. If like you reach the time that you're in your internship year, don't be shy, don't hesitate to ask and everything. Kaya I was a very curious student, man god. If I don't understand something, I'd ask. Or if there was an opportunity to treat a different type of condition or case, a lot of people would shy away, or like would say na I don't want an IE kana. Pero like I wanted to try to experience, because at the end of the day, when you had case presentations, you can say, oh, I was able to handle a patient like that.
True.
Kana. So like just keep learning, because eventually bitaw, like you will realize now, oh my god, I learned so much when I was in PT, so just keep like opening yourself to opportunities to learn. And I think success in whatever course you will get will just come along when they tell you thank you for helping me, thank you for helping me walk, or something like that. Grabe jud ang imong feeling, like, oh, this is, everything's worth it. Kana jud imong ma-feel. Yeah.
Yes. Well, for me during that time, no, I didn't even know, like during practicals, I didn't know how to resist elbow flexion before. But diba? But eventually, you will learn, mangyud. I think it's good to experience, failure once in a while for you to be grounded.
Yeah, it's really good, bitaw. Kaya sometimes, parang, for me like once you don't do something correctly the first time, it sticks to you. Na, okay, how can I do something better? So, imong i-search, or like mo ask ka, sir, ma'am, how do I do it better? Nga nung sayop ko, ing ana. So, I think it's more of that. Like, when it comes to failure, once you fail, Jod, like, try to analyze what went wrong. Kaya eventually, you'll realize na it will stick in your brain na, mao di ay sayop ko, mao di ay binubo ko last time. Kaya,
mao di pa extension.
Wala din ko gaminaw sa akong.
Very true.
Yeah.
That's all, Nick. Bitaw, thank you so much for your time. I know you're busy. You just finished Zombie Run. I'm so proud of you. So yeah, and then you also inserted an amount of time for us to talk also. So thank you for helping future PTs also that are listening to the series.